Coming in at number 1 on my list of ultra rare animals that are in the UK in 2022 is going to be the... Alright everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome along back to a brand new video. Today, got the big lens. We're out in the countryside and I'm looking to film some Muntjac. That's the aim, that's the goal. I'm still trying to do it. Now I did see some the other day, I saw 2, but did I film it? No. Now I'm just hoping today's the day, you know. I've been searching for these Muntjacs for a while. I'm fingers crossed. I've got a couple of hours to kill, so you never know. But anyway, today's going to be 5 ultra rare animals that you didn't know were in the UK that I want to find this year. I just listen to this. There's no wind, it's dead still, and all I got is wildlife. Showed a jay then. It's wicked. There's a jay off in that distance over there. I'd love to film a jay. Proper, they sound like parrots. They got this big squawk on them. That's not the direction I'm going to go in, because I'm after the Muntjac, but if I do see a jay, I'll try my best to film it for you guys. Got a nice little robin here. Robins are probably one of my favourite birds in the UK. I just think they're so cute. Look at them, a little bundle of fluff and a nice beautiful orange chest on them. Like a fantastic looking bird, and he's gone. The American ones though, rubbish. I've just come to the spot, right? And look how busy the mole that's been around here. These things are colossal. Put my foot next to it. I've got size 12 feet. Look at the size of these. And this one, there's one. It's done some work down there. It's done some work down there. This mole is creating mountains, mate, not molehills. Look at the size of it. I can hear a woodpecker off in the distance. That would be so cool to get on film. I've only ever really got them on film once. But let's talk about this top 5 ultra rare animals in the UK that I want to find in 2022. So I did a video about this before, but I had certain things in there that were like not really achievable. Certain things like the orca and the basking shark. Now, not achievable because this year I am going to Australia and New Zealand, and I've got other things going on over there, so my time in the UK is limited. But these 5 animals in this video I think I can do by the time this year ends. So we're going to go in reverse order. We're going to go from 5 to 1. Starting at number 5 is going to be stick insects. Now stick insects is a really cool one, right? Like, we don't have them native to the UK. They shouldn't be here, but we do have a population. We've actually got like 3 different species that range in Cornwall. Now they got here from New Zealand, same way that scorpions got here from Italy. They came over on the ships. They came over in cargo, and obviously because it's a stick looking bug, they weren't spotted, so they've like fled from Cornwall, and they've now like made a population down there. 3 different kinds. There's all sort of variety of like how they look and stuff, but I really want to go and find them. Now I've got ties with Cornwall, I've got a caravan down there, so hopefully at some point, maybe in the summer, I can go there and try and find some of these stick insects. I've had a couple of you send me some videos and pictures of ones that you found, which is so cool, but I want to go find my own as well, and that'd be wicked. When I was here the other day, up in that tree behind me, right up at the top, there was a greater spotted woodpecker up there, and I was walking around just to take some pictures for the people of Patreon, like so they could use as wallpapers and whatever. Yeah, managed to get a good snap, so it was really nice to see. I didn't have a tripod, so I couldn't have filmed it, but if you want to join the Patreon, then you can get some of these pictures. We do them once a month. Whatever I take in the month is there for you to use as wallpapers, for anything really, so feel free to take a look if you would like to do that. Oh Jesus, sloshy. But in other news, I haven't seen a Muntjac yet. I'm walking along like places that I came the other night and saw some, but it was in the dark, so they might not be in the same spot, who knows. So coming in at number 4 on my ultra rare list of animals in the UK that I want to find in 2022 is going to be storks. Storks, what a beautiful bird. Honestly, one of the most beautiful birds, I think. absolutely stunning animals, and they're making a bit of a comeback in this country. I can't really recall if they went extinct or not, but way back when, they were sort of persecuted and left and all that, and they were like occasional vagrants to this country. But going forward, the reintroduction programs have been going on. So we went to Exmoor Zoo last year to see the New Guinea singing dog, and that place had like a little reintroduction program where they let them free. Safari Lake Zoo up in the north on the Lake District, that has a reintroduction program as well. And the biggest one of them all is Nep, down south somewhere. So Nep Estate has got a big reintroduction of the storks happening, and yeah, I just think they're really, really cool looking, you know. And I love the way they like clatter their bills when they sort of when they're like mating or courting or something like that. Just looks wicked. They just look wicked. They're really big, really cool. They're like a heron but bigger. Actually, talking about that, I'm gonna throw my missus under the bus here. She rang me or texted me like a year or two ago, and she was like, "Oh, I've just seen a stork on someone's roof. I've just seen a stork on someone's roof." And I was like, "Oh, are you sure?" Like, because they're really quite rare. She's like, yeah, it was massive. And then I was around her house like a few months later, and she's like, "Oh, there's the stork." She points at a heron. Sorry, Kate. This has got to be one of the worst bird hides in Britain. There's just never anything on that lake, ever. Anytime I come here, nothing. There's nothing there. There's just nothing. Never see anything. Now, this is just waffle. I've never seen a kingfisher. I saw some shovelers once. I may have seen a goose once, but any of this stuff, never have I ever seen that here. But now, while that's waiting for something to appear that's not going to appear, I'm going to talk to you about number 3 on this list. We're rattling through them. Number 3 is a strange one, and one that I've had loads of comments about. Like, honestly, it's probably the most requested animal for me to go and find in this country, beside the big cat, but we're not going to talk about that. So number 3 on this list is going to be Glisglis. Now, Glisglis is a weird name in itself, right? But this thing, it's a mouse. It's a dormouse, and it's got a few names, right? So it's called like the edible dormouse, or it's called the fat dormouse, or it's called Glisglis. So the Glisglis is it almost looks like a flying squirrel, and can be found in quite a small location in England, near like Woburn. So there's a place called Tring, and that's where these Glisglis have originated from. There was a guy back in the early 20th century called Walter Rothschild. Very wealthy man. You've probably heard of the Rothschilds. Pretty much own like the world. But this guy was obsessed with animals, and he built a museum of like taxidermed animals, which is called Tring Museum. A really cool place. I went there the other day, saw myself a thylacine. Congratulations, everyone. We've done it. Now, while we were there, it was obviously really cool learning about this guy's life. Like, he had a zebra for a horse, that was his horse. He had loads of tortoises, loads of wallabies, loads of kangaroos, all these sort of things, right? And one of them as well, oh, actually, he had a dingo for a dog, that was his pet. One of these things as well was a Glisglis. Now, these things, he loved them, right? But he just let them go. He was like, just go do what you want. And they did. They went and did what they want, and they've been in that area ever since. A non-native species now that's just sort of thriving in that area, and it's never really left that area. Now, I was speaking to someone at the museum, and they said they can be found up to about 30 kilometers away, but that's it. They haven't really expanded their range that much. So Glisglis, the little edible fat dormouse, is in the UK, in a place called Tring and the surrounding areas, and yeah, maybe this year I'll go find some. I'm just starting to think that finding a muntjac in this area is not for me. It's annoying because I went to a nature reserve the other day, sat in a bird hide, there was a muntjac, took a picture of it. I come to my local, which you walk around, It's really quite small, and there's about 3 here. Can I find them? No. Got myself a nice little blue tit here. Took me ages to focus in on it, but we finally got it. And he's just at the top of this tree, having a little bit of a great time. Look at him. He'll probably fly away soon, but such a beautiful bird, and one that I'd like to see more of, really. Usually find him in hedges and stuff, but yeah, look at that. And he's off. See you later, fella. Right, guys, I've just seen one. It's through this. I'm gonna bring you over this way. Okay, there he's moving. Can I find him? Where are you? Come on, where are you? I've just spotted him. I've just scared the muntjac. I've just seen it. I've just scared it. I think there was only one. I only heard one anyway, and I only saw one. Did I film it? No. God's sake, man. He hopped off. Right, well, after that absolutely massive failure of spotting a muntjac but not filming it, might as well count you down to number 2. So number 2 on my list is going to be something that is known as a raccoon dog, or its like proper name is called a tanuki. Now, these things, weird, right? They sort of look like a badger, quite a strange looking thing, and I've had loads of reports of them in this country, and in recent weeks as well. I was speaking to someone from the Wildlife Trust over in Wales, and they were telling me about a small population in South Wales, and I was like, I should probably go and have a look. And he was saying there's at least 1 there, maybe 2. And very, very recently, I recorded a video with a group called Beastwatch, and they were telling me about raccoon dogs being let free, over 40 of them in a county in England. And that's crazy. Over 40 of these animals released, let free in a county in England, and I need to get some more information, but yeah, that is definitely one I want to be looking for this year. I would love to go and find one of them, but generally they happen because people own them as pets and then just chuck them out, just like, get out, go on, get out of the wild, and that happens a lot more than you think it does, especially 40 in one go, so that's mad. But I would love to find them. Yeah, that is number 2 on my list. Just scared a heron, so no footage of that either. What an absolute shocker. Absolute shocker. Right, found a squirrel, and he's trying to leg it. Don't you leg it from me, Squiz. Let me talk about you a little bit first. So grey squirrels, quite common in England, not so much in Scotland. But these guys here, they've killed off the red population. So the red squirrel's really, like, quite much cuter, I would say. Greys are cute, but like red's much cuter. These guys killed off the population. They carry a disease which the reds can't cope with, and it just wipes them out. So pretty much all of the red squirrels in England are gone. You might find them at the tops though, in like the Lake District and stuff, but generally you have to go to Scotland to go find them. It's probably another animal that I'd want to go find as well, but ultra rare doesn't really cut it. But this guy, quite cute, you know, he's looking out for me. He's well, I spooked him anyway. Sorry, I was trying to zoom then. But yeah, he's cute. But I think now we should probably talk about what's number 1 on the list. I've just seen a muntjac, clear as day on the path. You're actually taking the mick. You're taking the mick. He was just straight down there, and he's I can't believe it. No way. Coming in at number 1 on my list of ultra rare animals that are in the UK in 2022 is going to be the Chinese water deer. Now the Chinese water deer is one I'm really after. This is my next one for animal anomalies that I'm going to be hopefully finding anyway. Coming soon, hopefully. Haven't done it yet, but I'm going to be searching for it. So the Chinese water deer, as you would guess, is from China, okay? It came over in the early 20th century, maybe even before that, to Woburn, Whipsnade, and they were subsequently released into the wild as a grazing animal. As time's gone on, they've spread, they've gone far and wide, and you'll usually find them in sort of like wet areas, so marshes and all that sort of fun stuff. But you could also find them just standing in an open field, because generally that's their like safe spot. That's where they think, yeah, I'm safe here, I can see everything coming. Now the very obvious about the Chinese water deer is they have these big tusks, these saber-tooth looking things coming out of their faces, and for a deer species it just looks so weird. And I would love to, more than anything, in the coming months go and film one of those and find one of those in the UK. Now it's actually said the Chinese water deer is in quite a big decline in its native range of like China and surrounding countries, but over here we've got that many. It accounts for 10% of the population, and only in this country, to be fair, there's probably 2,000-ish or less. So it is quite a rare one, and there are certain places that you would expect to see them more than most. So Bedfordshire, pushing out east towards the Norfolk Broads, is generally the direction you want to be heading in to find these, and that's what I'm going to do. But that's going to be it for my top 5 list of ultra rare animals in the UK in 2022 that I want to find. So what do you think about that list? Does that sound good? Does that sound bad? I don't know, you let me know. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. If you haven't already, make sure you like and also subscribe if you're new around here, and why not consider joining the Patreon as well to support some trips in the future. So this year we're looking for the Tasmanian tiger as well as the Fiordland moose, so stick around. I've been Cookie, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.